You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am Glenn DeGeek in Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Friday, March 20th, episode 3909, brought to you today by Kentucky Performance Products. Good morning, horse people.
Well, we're continuing this week having past guests on the show, and I am so excited because she's one of our favorite guests of all time, and that's Robin Hutton. She's an author, and she's going to discuss a new medal that she created, actually, and it's called Animals in War and Peace Medal of Bravery. And you'll know her because she's the one that wrote the book on Sergeant Reckless, and we've had her on the show 3 or 4 times over the years. Also, in the Where Are They Now segment, you all requested to hear from producer Jaime. She's still around. She's still doing shows and all that stuff, but she's going to come on and give us an update. Jaime, do you have your book report done? Because I count on you to do the history today.
I mean, it's going to be brief, but I didn't do like a dissertation, but I'm going to give you the hot tips and points and quotes and all sorts of information about Citation, the racehorse.
That came up last week. When I did my first daily history report, Citation was in it. And you said, well, I need to know more about Citation. And that's how you got the assignment. And look at you coming through. I'm impressed.
I mean, it took a minute, but here we are.
All right. Well, we'll determine after you did it.
Give me a grade.
And we have some really bad ads, of course. Ashley's going to join us in the post show to give us the monthly Horse Radio Network auditor report that she does every month of what's going on at the Horse Radio Network. Today is the start of Road to the Horse. And you all know what it is. I don't need to explain what it is. We covered it for many years. We did the live commentary for many years. And today it starts, and one of our good friends and a regular guest on the show, Elisa Wallace, is competing this year, representing the English side. Elisa. The other 2 main competitors are Nick Dowers. I met Nick, super nice guy, super chill, laid-back cowboy dude. I met him the years we were covering it, and he won one of the years. Super nice guy, looks like a cowboy, and just is the most laid-back guy. And then Ryan Rose is another one. But the way they do it is first competing today will be the wild cards. And they compete then, and one of them then goes on to compete in the main competition. And the ones competing in the wild cards are Jason Irwin, and I know Jason very well. I met him at Equine Affaire years ago. He and his wife, Bronwyn, they're super lovely couple out of Canada, super kind, training the horses. I'd actually love to see him doing this competition. And I'm rooting for him too. They're just great. We've interviewed him here several times on the show. Sadie Fisher from the United States. She's actually from Pennsylvania. She was ex-Amish and then became a horse trainer, kind of. She has a website and a business called Unbridled Equine. I think we had her on the show, actually. Rob Leach out of Australia, and then Tiffany McClory out of the United States as well. So those 4 compete today, and then one of them will go on to compete with in the main competition. So we wish them all the best of luck, but especially Elisa and Jason. So that's what we're rooting for. We're allowed to have favorites. You can watch it, by the way, this year. It hasn't always been covered live where you could watch it outside of the venue. They get 8,000 people that show up for this every year. But it will be streamed on PBR Ride Pass. That's the Professional Bull Riders Association Ride Pass, or on the Road to the Horse YouTube channel. So you can watch it on YouTube. So just look up the Road to the Horse YouTube channel and you can find it there. Another quick announcement before we get to the show is that there is going to be a listener meetup. It's planned at Equine Affaire in Ohio, Thursday, April 9th. Equine Affaire is coming up fast. Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at the Cheesecake Factory in Polaris. It's the same place we did it last year. Ashley will be there because I won't be, and Auditor Julie is the one who hosts it every year and puts it together every year. So you can find the details. I'll put a link in the show notes. They created a Facebook event. They want you to go indicate that you're going to go so they know how many to reserve for at the Cheesecake Factory. We have so much fun doing this every year. There's usually about 10 of us that show up, and I encourage you to go. Ashley's a blast. If you haven't met her in person, you want to. Especially, they serve very large drinks at the Cheesecake Factory, so she'll be a lot of fun that night. So Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at the Cheesecake Factory in Polaris, or just north of where Equine Affaire takes place. So look for them there.
From the podcast to the barn, here's some hidden birthday wishes to keep you warm. Happy birthday, friends.
Well, happy birthday to 3 of our terrific auditors, Kim Trask, Allison Marie, and Andrea Day. We hope you have a terrific weekend. Also, I want to welcome a brand new auditor, Daryl. It's so nice. It is so nice to have another guy join us.
More boys.
I am so happy about that.
Okay, I got a couple because Glenn, speaking of men and horses, did you see that I gave Chad a lesson yesterday in long lining?
How did you bribe him into that, by the way?
So I think he's feeling sorry for me because I'm lonely in the barn. And he was like down there just hanging out, like whatever, while I was messing with the horse. And I'm like, hey, do you want to try this? He goes, try what? And do you want to try long lining? Come out here and long line. He was like, yeah, love to. I mean, the sarcasm was dripping like syrup. So I got him out and had him do it. And it's so funny because as a man who works with machines, it was just like really, really difficult to get him to understand like your body's doing it. Because he just kept trying to use his arms.
He kept trying to flip switches and
pull it this way. And I was like, no, it's your energy, babe. Like your energy. And then I gave him
a fighter jet. You're kind of, amped up.
You know what I really loved talking to him about is I talk about, like when you're moving a horse around in the round pen or you're long lining them. I said, do you remember the television show, The Care Bears? And he's like, no, I never saw that. I was like, but you know what a Care Bear is, right? Like they're the bears with like the rainbows in their belly or like the star, and one has like a cloud. And whenever they needed to like do something powerful or magical, they would say, it's time for the Care Bear stare. And I'm like, they would get together and their bellies would shoot out their like rays of rainbows and all that. And that was like their power. I was like, so when you're long lining or moving a horse around the round pen, you use your Care Bear stare to like get the horse to move. I'm like, you just emit energy like from your belly button, like send him out. He's like, can I be done? He didn't really accept the whole Care Bear power thing that I was trying to communicate.
I don't think they showed Care Bears in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was like, my sister was like, his younger sister, like my younger sister, like had a Care Bear. I'm like, then you know what it is. Like, okay. I should really think about like knowing my audience a little better.
Yeah, you probably should. That'd be like telling me about Care Bears. I have no idea either.
I mean, it's just like how you project your energy, and he's not an emotional like kind of dude, right?
He's very laid back.
Yeah, laid back, but also like he's laid back around normal people, but like in work, he is like.
Yeah, because he had to be too with what he did. He flew F-16s. I mean,
I know. I understand who I married, but like that guy's gone. Be a guy who has a Care Bear stare. What is wrong with you?
I guarantee he's wanted to take those 747s and roll them occasionally. I guarantee.
Also, I wanted to give another Daily Whinnie 2 page who was just on our show on Monday. And she messaged me after the interview and was like, oh my God, by the way, we didn't have time to talk about it. Or I didn't want to get into it, but I'm going to pick up a new horse. And I was like, that's exactly what we want to talk about. What are you talking? Anyway, she picked up her Dutch harness horse, Clydesdale Cross. Like, come on. He was an Amish cart horse in his previous life, and she just got him. So congratulations to Paige.
She posted pictures. He looks enormous. I don't know how big he is, but
did you not hear the Dutch hunter's horse Clydesdale?
He does look like he's 17 too. Apparently, he's coming with some baggage, so he'll have to be, she'll have to be patient with him, I think.
Let me not make comments about where he came from as far as baggage. Let's just move on.
I had an ex-Amish pony who was great, so I think it all depends. But mine was great. Maybe she'll just turn out to be great. He's a stunning looking horse, though. He really is. I can see him pulling a very fancy carriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Amish are all about like adornments and fancy. So, yeah,
they spend $100,000 for those Saturday night horses. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about KPP, and then we're going to go to our first guest, who we're both very excited about.
Are you seeing any of the following signs of vitamin E deficiency in your horse? Stiff, sore muscles, neurological issues, lack of energy, poorly developed top line, weak immune system. Another way I see it is a spookiness. Studies show that vitamin E levels drop when your horses don't have enough access to fresh green grass. Elevate natural vitamin E can help. A research proven powerful antioxidant. Elevate maintains healthy muscle, nerve, and immune functions. It does this by delivering highly bioavailable sources of natural vitamin E that is preferentially absorbed and retained in the horse's tissues. Elevate comes in 4 formulas: a fast-acting water-soluble liquid, which Amigo is like most of the way through his bottle, a maintenance powder for long-term care, which is what Ace is on because he gets it all the time. He's been on it for years. And then they have a concentrated veterinary formula powder and a vitamin E and selenium powder. So for more information, visit kppusa.com or call 859-873-2974, kppusa.com.
Well, we've had many authors on the show over the years, and a few really stand out and have made an impression.
This is our favorite.
Sometimes because of the topic of the book, sometimes because we click with them, and sometimes both. And our first guest on the show today is in the both category. Robin Hutton authored 2 books we discussed on the show: Sergeant Reckless, America's Warhorse, and War Animals, the Unsung Heroes of World War II. Hey, Robin.
Hey, good morning, Glenn and Jamie. Thanks for having me back. I'm so excited to be here.
You are one of our favorite guests because there is nobody more enthusiastic about the topics they wrote books on than you.
No, you are so kind. When you talk about animals, how can you not be excited,
Wasn't it through Robin that you actually met met Jocelyn?
I met Jocelyn Russell because she was here in Norman doing secretariat, her first secretariat. And so I started, hanging out with her, whether she liked it or not. And we became friends. And she is great friends with Robin. Now, Robin, you are kind of the catalyst of her monuments, really, in the horse world anyway, because you were the one who picked her, I guess, facilitated her doing Reckless.
Yes, I did. And I got her name from a Korean War veteran who had been to her art shows in Oklahoma. And we have become just the best of friends. And actually, I just got back from her place on 2 days ago after being up there for about 6 days, working on a new monument for Grizzly 399, the iconic bear that was killed in 2024. And it's a stunning monument. It's going to be placed at the National Museum of Wildlife Art. But Jocelyn, there's nobody better. And man, that girl can just sculpt and bring out the life in the figures that she is working on. It's really fun and stunning to watch.
Is she almost done with that one, or is she done with that one?
No, we just, she'll be shipping it to the foundry at the end of April. And it'll be installed September and dedicated September 9/9 in honor of 399. I know, but it's amazing. And her secretariat work. And then she did one on a war dog named Luca, Marine Corps war dog named Luca, that we have 2 of those placed. And we have 6 monuments to Reckless around the country now. And we're trying to get her last one, we're trying to get it to South Korea. Oh, wow. We want to take her home and be with her Marines in South Korea.
Oh, how cool is that?
That's wonderful.
I know. Isn't that something?
Well, yeah, I think about you both every time, because I live near the World Equestrian Center. So I think about you both every time we go there.
How cool is that, Robin? To have it's like in every picture everywhere is Sergeant Reckless that you you brought her story to the world, really did.
Yeah, thank you. That's the most proud thing I'm proud of in my life is because when I started this, I Googled her name in 2006 and only 4 things came up on the internet. She had vanished from the pages of history. And now when you Google her name, over 1.5 million things come up. So I'm kind of proud of that.
How did you kind of get started on that? I know we're going back. I know we're going to talk about new stuff, but always been a question of mine. Like, how did you just dig this out of history?
Well, it was so funny because I was working on a novel on horse racing about a young 16-year-old girl who rescues a horse and wins the Triple Crown on this horse, right? And anyway, while I love horses, absolutely love them, I've never owned a horse. And so I had writer's block, and I was trying to figure out how I can learn more about the really intrinsic things about horses. And so I had a book on my bookshelf called Chicken Soup for the Horse Lover's Soul. And because those were short stories written by horse owners or people that knew about horses, I thought, I can get some really good details in there to make my story authentic. And so horse people would say, she doesn't know anything about horses. But anyway, in there was a short story called Sergeant Reckless, the Mighty Marine. And it was about the birth of Reckless's first colt, Fearless. And I actually have an excerpt of that story in my book under Fearless's story because it's so cute and so funny. And I read 3 paragraphs of her heroics in this story. And I'm like, who's this horse and why have I never heard about her? And that's when I Googled her name and only 4 things came up, and I'm like, man, this is a travesty, a real travesty. And so it took me 6 years. I let it go for about a year, and that she wouldn't let me go. And then when I dove into it, it took me 6 years to research and write the book, and then a year to get it published. And it then launched, and we did the monument in 2013 for her, and it really started launching her story.
Well, it's really an amazing story, and I think about you guys. Well, and as Jamie said, it probably is the most photographed thing in America as far as horses now because of the World Equestrian Center, right?
I know. And we're now trying to get Jocelyn did a monument to Cody's Wish and the relationship with Cody Dorman. Yes. And we want to take it down. We want that to be placed at the World Equestrian Center as well, because they do the paradressage there. And we think it would be a beautiful monument to have down there.
Definitely would be.
Yeah. So that's what we're also working on, trying to get that one down there.
Oh my gosh, you can see. Okay, so you walk into the World Equestrian Center and Reckless is right to your, right in the middle, right? And then off to the left is Cody's Wish. And then off to the right is another secretariat. And then there's a giant bear. And then there's 2 cranes. And then there's giraffes. Oh my God.
Oh, and the dog too, because.
Oh my God, I know. Oh my God, Jamie, I love the way you think. This is awesome.
You gotta have the dog too, because they love dogs there. So
you got the dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Indeed. Oh my God. Oh, that's brilliant.
Well, Robin, you do something we have not talked about in this show yet, and that's called Animals in War and Peace Medal of Bravery. Tell us about that. How cool is that?
Yeah, so that started, actually, we did our first ceremony in 2019, and my nonprofit, Angels Without Wings, launched Animals in War and Peace. That's under our umbrella. And basically what that is we award medals of bravery and distinguished service medals to animals that have served our country, either on the war front or the home front. So we have police dogs, we have first responders, we have military dogs. Animals, all animals. And of course, Reckless got Medal of Bravery #1. Even though she was the third war, I had a little pull with it and I wanted her to be #1 because she is #1, right?
Right.
But it was fascinating because in 2016, I was in London getting the PDSA Dickin Medal for Reckless. And that medal is known as the Victoria Cross for animals. And while I was there, that medal has been presented since World War II to animals. And they have, I think to date, they've presented about 70 of them since World War II. And so Reckless, I applied for it, nominated Reckless for it, and she got it. And in 2016, I went over to London to receive that medal for her. And that's now on display at the National Museum of the Marine Corps. And so while I was there, I'm with my dear friend Karen Storms, and who is on my board of Angels Without Wings. And I'm like, why doesn't America do something like this for our animals? We don't honor them in this way. And so we started looking into it. And 3 years later, in 2019, we had our first ceremony. We do it at the Capitol. Members of Congress present these medals to these animals in a beautiful ceremony. And to date, we have 2 horses. We have Reckless. Reckless has gotten the Medal of Bravery. And then another horse, Sergeant York, received the Distinguished Service Medal. And then we've also honored 3 pigeons to date.
I saw the pigeons. I thought that was I love that.
I know. And so with the pigeons, you know, you're what I love about these stories, you guys, is you're teaching history through the eyes of the animals, you know, and it is so cool to see when you learn about what these pigeons did and how they played such an important role in history. And for an example, what was so fun was in our first ceremony, G.I. Joe was a World War II pigeon. And G.I. Joe was an American pigeon, and he was working with the British. And they had 2 pigeons attached to them. And this unit was trying to take over a town in Italy. And excuse me. And they were surrounded. There was a bombing mission that was going to bomb the town, and the British took over the town sooner than that. So they had to let headquarters know, stop the mission. We are in the town. We've taken it back. And the only thing they had to tell headquarters was these pigeons, right? So they put a message on G.I. Joe and they put a message on another pigeon. G.I. Joe flew 20 miles in 20 minutes and stopped the planes on the tarmac from bombing, taking off to bomb this town. And he saved over 100 British soldiers' lives. So they flew him over to England to get his Dickin Medal. He was the first American animal to receive the PDSA Dickin Medal, and they presented it to him at the Tower of London. Right,
oh, cool.
Beautiful ceremony. It's all in my War Animals book, and just great pictures, you know, of G.I. Joe getting this medal. Well, G.I. Joe is stuffed and at the Army Museum in Fort Belvoir, so they bring G.I. Joe to the ceremony to receive his medal in person.
Oh, no.
And it was brilliant. And it was so much fun. And so that was really kind of special. And we just closed our nominations last Friday on Canine Veterans Day. And we're in the process of picking our next 6 to 7 medalists that our ceremony will be on November 12th. At the Capitol, and this year should be really special because it's the 250th, and it's a big deal. And so we have had 19 nominations coming in for all of these, and we have some great contenders, and really, it's really something very special to see how the ceremony has just grown. And to date, we've given away, we've presented 23 Medals of Bravery and 10 Distinguished Service Medals to animals that have served. So you can go to animalsandwarandpeace.org and check it out and see all of the wonderful animals that we have presented. I have videos of them up there that we play at our ceremony. And it's really kind of fun to learn their stories.
I got to tell you, I was looking at the list, and of course, with the dogs, and most of them are dogs,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they serve so many different ways.
Absolutely.
But and there's German Shepherds and Malinois and all the big dogs you expect, right? And then there's a Yorkshire Terrier named Smoky,
Yes,
who served in World War II. It's just not what I expected.
I know. He got Smokey she got the Distinguished Service Medal, and she was one of the first ones. She got Distinguished Service Medal number 2, and her story is amazing as well, and is also in my War Animals book because she is actually the very first therapy dog. And she went on. What Smokey did was she strung 70 feet of comm wire through an 8-inch pipe in Luzon in the Philippines, and it was on an airstrip. And because she was able to string this comm wire, they did not have to tear up the landing strip for the planes, and so they strung a wire onto her collar. And then Bill Wynn, her owner, called her through the pipe, and she came through and was able to pull that through. And it was an amazing feat that this little dog did. And then when Bill got dengue fever, he was in the hospital. And so Smokey would visit him, and the nurses started taking her around to other soldiers that were wounded. And she became, Animal Planet said that she was the very first therapy dog because she brought such joy and compassion and love and warmth to the serve.
Put the Yorkie next to the giraffes. Like, it'll be fine. In the World Equestrian Center, they're all getting statues. Pigeon's going to be everywhere. I see it now.
I can just picture this Yorkshire Terrier barking the whole way through the pipe, too.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Indeed, right? Can't you? And she was such, and she was found in a foxhole in New Guinea. I mean, this little dog was resilient, She was something else.
I got to tell you guys, it's so funny that you are talking about a Yorkie, because I'm going to do a book report here on Citation in a little bit. And apparently Citation was this monster racehorse. And the only thing he was scared of was his owner's Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh my God, you gotta love it.
I can't believe it. Like, you said Yorkie. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
I know. Oh, that is hysterical. Oh my God. You never know what they're going to be afraid of, Oh my God.
I know.
Well, talk about a ceremony with not a dry eye in the place. This particular one must be something else.
Oh, I know it. And Laston, it's interesting that you should say that. So, with the handlers getting up there, we had our last ceremony in 2025. We honored this dog named Conan, who was responsible for taking out al-Baghdadi. And actually, President Trump had brought the owner and the dog to the White House back in his first term and honored the dog for his work. And sadly, the dog had passed away before the ceremony. And but the owner was there and the handler was there, and he gets up and he starts to talk and he can't get his words out. And it was so emotional for him to be honored in this way. And we have 2 podiums set up in the ceremony, and I'm at one podium and he's at the other, and his wife and his 4 kids are sitting out in the audience, and he can't get the words out. And I'm thinking, I want to go over and hug this man, but I think that might be a little inappropriate. But his friend who had nominated him comes running up on the stage and gives him a hug and says, "You got this, buddy." And then, they just had a moment, and then he went on, and there was not a dry eye in the place. I mean, it was so emotional. We were all just sobbing, and it was really, that's how they all are. They just are so honored and proud that their canine or their horse has, won this, been awarded for their service that they knew that they had given so much towards. And it's just a real blessing for me to see how much it means to so many people.
Well, I got to tell you, you've done amazing things, and it all started with a horse from Korea. So
I know.
I mean,
I know.
who you probably 20 years ago never thought you'd be talking about all of this and have done this really cool thing for the medals. I think that's absolutely fabulous. And,
yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
It's cool that you did it.
I know. I pinch myself, I pinch myself every day. I thank God every day. I get up every day and I thank Reckless because she has changed my life in ways that I never could have imagined. And I have a pretty good imagination.
Let me ask you this. Before Reckless came into your life, what were you, I know you were writing, but like, what was your kind of like world about?
Well, you guys are probably way too young to remember the Billy Jack movies that were so popular and famous in the 70s. They were.
Glenn's old, so maybe he knows.
Yeah, they're iconic.
I remember them.
Yeah, iconic movies. Well, I worked with Tom Laughlin and Dolores Taylor for many, 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 many years. And I started off as Tom's, as Dolores's assistant. And then I moved up to writing books with Tom and being part of their, I was a producing partner with him. I was there after the Billy Jack films, of course. I'm not that old, but I'm old. But and he taught me so much because he was the iconic independent filmmaker back in the 70s, and he revolutionized the distribution of films. And he and Dolores made me realize that never give up on your dreams. It's you always just keep pushing forward. You can reinvent yourself every single day if you need to. And it had me learn how to ride the storms and enjoy the great things that happen. And know that life is up and down, and everybody's got this roller coaster that they've got to live through and move on. And so it was really interesting. I had told Tom, because Billy Jack still to this day, people just love it. And there's big fan clubs on Facebook and all of that. And I remember back before I discovered Reckless, I said to Tom and Dodie, I said, you guys are so lucky, because they were getting, 30 years after this film, they'd get fan letters from people saying, your movies changed my life, and all of this. I said, you are so fortunate that you made such a difference in people's lives. I said, I will never have that.
You were wrong.
And so when my Reckless fan club passed the Billy Jack fan club, it was like, up here.
No, that was beautifully said. Well, we should end on that, because you're right. You bet yourself every single day. And Robin, you are a testament to changing lives and
thank you, Jamie. I'm
bringing history back and letting everybody know the unsung heroes. And I'm just so proud to know you and to be a part of what you've done. And thank you so much for coming on. And we will definitely post the link to all the things that you have going on right now. And
thank you. Oh, listen, you guys are just awesome. I can't thank you enough for having me. And I'll keep you posted on the medals, and I'll let you know all about that, because you'll really enjoy learning about them.
It would be fun to have after your ceremony to have one of them on with you.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
I don't care what animal it is. We're just animal lovers here. We don't care if it's a horse, right? So
right. Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. That would be so much fun.
Robin,
thank you, Robin.
Thank you
guys, Jamie, Glenn. Thank you. You guys are the best. I can't thank you enough. God bless.
Love you, mean it. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Recharge your training program with Equestrian Plus. Equestrian Plus brings together top riders, trainers, and professionals onto one video platform. Watch over 5,000 how-to training videos, clinic and event footage, exclusive training sessions, and more, featuring top experts including 5-time dressage Olympian Stefan Peters, 5-time Olympic show jumper Ann Krasinski, Olympic eventer and silver medalist William Fox Pitt, and more. Join Equestrian Plus now and use promo code HRN15 for 15% off your first month. Visit EquestrianPlusPLUS.com to subscribe. Join us as we chat with past guests to find out, where are they now?
Well, you heard the bumper. It is time again for Where Are They Now? And this one has been requested by many different auditors and longtime listeners. And she hasn't been as active on our shows here on the air. What you don't see is what she does behind the scenes. But for those that don't know, producer Jaime, I met maybe 8-9 years ago at Podfest. And then she started working with us, and she produced this show for many years and has edited many, many shows on the Horse Radio Network for many years and used to be on the air with us more often. Hasn't been as much lately, but she's still there and she's still alive. Hi, Jaime.
Hi. Yeah, it was almost 9 years ago. Hi, Jaime. Good to hear your voice and everything. Glad to be talking to you guys again. Yeah, we met at Podfest. I think it was nearly 9 years ago.
And Jaime sounds like she's on the phone because she just moved into a new fancy house down there in southern Florida and hasn't got her studio set up yet. So,
oh my gosh, there are boxes literally everywhere. Our garage door was broken when we moved in, and it took about a week and a half to get it working again. So all of our boxes ended up in our living room and our bedrooms.
I helped you move once. I think that sounds typical, actually.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
So how are you?
I'm doing wonderfully well, considering.
Yeah. So this week on the show, we've had guests that have had accidents. It's been accident week on the show.
Considering what? What did you do?
And how did you do it?
Well, what I did was I learned that I aged out of roller skating. I did it by trying to roller skate.
Oh my God.
How exactly did it happen? Did you just twist your ankle or what?
Okay, so I was at the rink, at the roller skating place, and we're on a bench. Jordan was with me, my son. He just turned 14, but at the time he was still 13. And we're sitting there, we're lacing up our skates. And I remember thinking, these skates feel a little bit loose, but I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. And I stand up and I make my way to the actual rink. And before I get there, my right skate starts to kind of roll underneath my body, like inwards towards the left. And I knew there was no saving it. So I kicked in my softball instincts from when I was in middle school and high school. And I went into like a position like you're sliding into home, basically. So that's what saved my head and my hands. But unfortunately, my ankle took all the force of the fall. And I broke it in 7 places.
This is not minor, Jaime. She broke it 7 places.
7 places, including the tibia, which is like one of the hardest bones, apparently, in the body. I broke it. God. I broke it in 2 pieces, clean off my tibia.
Oh my God. Was it the skate's fault, or were you just like, I'm not a skater anymore?
The jury's still out.
But this is surgery time, Jaime. Tell everybody how many plates and screws.
Okay, so I know it's at least 2 plates, but it's something like a dozen screws, all titanium. And the fun fact about that is, for anybody who doesn't know, my parents named me after a bionic woman whose name was Jamie Summers, and they liked how it was spelled. She spelled it Jaime, so that's why they called me that.
Is that why your name is spelled wrong? I never knew that.
Blame the bionic woman, but now with all this titanium, I'm closer to her than ever because that's how she was made, with titanium.
Aww.
Are you getting around yet? I assume you're still in a boot, but are you walking yet at all?
No. April 2nd, I go back to the doctor for a new evaluation, fresh scans, to see if I can finally walk again. The pain in the ass about this is that for the last 2 years, I've only walked normally for 1 month of that. And that was the month before I broke my ankle because I had 2 torn tendons in my left foot for 1.5 years before that.
It's good you have a job where you sit down. It's so
and a good
I'm going to be in bubble tape the rest of my life.
We've had a history of broken bones together, actually, Jaime and I.
Yes, we do. It was
me last time, you this time.
Yep, sure do.
Now, your son, God, I can't believe he's 14. That's
No, neither
crazy.
can I. Let me tell you, he's taller than me now, and it's freaky. I don't like
Everybody's taller than you, Jemmy. You're 5'2". Everybody's taller than you.
Jemmy,
5'2"
Lucas,
and 3/4. Have some respect.
Oh my God, we're the same height. Okay, so like my son is 12 and he's now taller than me too. And he loves to he'll walk up to me and give me like an over shoulder hug, like, because he's so much taller.
Right.
And the worst part is when they walk up, he's like, "Hey mom," and he kisses me on the top of the head. And I'm like, you're grounded. You're grounded.
That's funny.
So I get it. Because once they're taller than you, they're like, it's like a whole shift in like the matrix happens.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They think they're all that. You have to quickly remind them that they're not.
We'll talk about that later off the air.
I love that your son, and you're going to know what I'm saying next. I love that your son has ended up being an actor, and he's like big time into this, because you and I were always into that. And when I spent some time with you, we would actually do improv games, and he was 3. So it was.
And he did the improv game with you that you hosted at Podfest that year. He went up there, the full range of excitement and creativity when you were up there doing the improv class. He ran right up there and did it with you guys.
I forgot about that. You're right. But he's big time into doing like plays and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So long story short, I put him into an art school for 7th grade last year at the encouragement of the principal and staff at his old school, because they saw something in him when he did a talent show. So I put him in an art school, and it was this school's first year having a middle school program. That always been a high school. And so he tried out for the play right out the gate. And not only was he the only middle schooler in the cast, he landed the lead. He was the lead in the play, the only middle schooler in the cast, and he was the lead in the play. And I was so proud of him. And then more recently, his school let him know of an opportunity for a television show, and he went ahead, he auditioned, and he landed that too. And so they filmed 3 episodes a few months ago. Right now they're shopping it around for distribution, but I'm just so proud of him. Yeah, he loves it. He absolutely loves it.
He's going to have his own IMDb page soon.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to do that for us, which is nice.
Well, congratulations on that too. You were a single mom. You worked hard to bring that kid up so he would be something special. And
thank you.
Nobody knows how hard you worked more than Jennifer, Jamie, and I. So
I know. You've heard lots of tears rolling down the cheeks.
Jamie had a few of those over the years too. So I think everybody has a kid does.
No, our children are perfect, Glenn. And how dare you say anything other than that? I'm offended. Or Jemmy.
Now, Jemmy is also still you still do shows for Horse Radio. I don't talk to you anymore because I'm not the boss anymore. You still do shows, right?
Yeah, actually, I just got a new one that came in yesterday I think it's called Feeding Horses. And it's hosted by Stephanie Ruff, who did the Arabian horse racing show that we did a few years ago. So it's nice to have her back in the saddle, no pun intended, or fully intended, and working with her again. But yeah, we must produce probably maybe 10 or so of your shows, maybe a little bit more. I'm not quite sure. I've lost count, but plenty of shows that come in on a monthly basis or bi-weekly basis. And we're just excited to, we're still working with Heels Down Happy Hour and quite a few others. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's a lot of excitement. I absolutely love being able to tell people. I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm a producer for HRN. It's awesome. I tell people that all the time.
Well, I know Ashley is still very happy to have you doing it. So
she's a joy.
Yeah. And well, I'm glad that this has all worked out for the last 9 years, and everybody's going to be so happy you're still with us. Not so happy about 14 pounds of stuff in your foot. But you're going to do physical therapy, right?
Well, I don't know, because when I had the tendon tears in my other foot last year, physical therapy actually was a disaster, and I had to take my healthcare into my own hands. And that's the only reason I finally came around to healing. So I think I'm going to be maybe taking the same route. If it doesn't seem to be working out, then I'll check out physical therapy. But if my doctor gives me the okay on April 2nd, I'm just going to start working on, strengthening my leg myself. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck.
I would normally caution you against that, but Jaime researches everything to death. So to ad nauseum sometimes. So I'm sure that she's watched 800 YouTube videos already on how to do this. And if anybody can do it without professional help, it's probably you. So she used to drive me crazy with that, actually. But it was
still
good somebody did it because I didn't.
It's always an adventure.
So, yeah. If there was research to be done, Jaime did it because I wouldn't. So
that's right.
There was that. I was always as Jaime knows, I was always let's just do it, see what happens.
Drove me nuts.
Thank you for giving us an update. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for asking for one. And I just want to give a big, huge shout out to all the HRN auditors and just all the fans and listeners of the show. I miss you guys too, but I'm still around. So keep the faith, and I'll see you in the audit room.
All right. We look forward to you doing a marathon next year.
Oh yeah, right. I need titanium in the other foot to also be there so I can pull that off. You're right.
All right, Bionic Woman. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys. Love, love, love.
Bye.
That's right. I am going to give you a little dissertation on the racehorse Citation, because when Glenn brought him up last week, I had more questions than answers. And he is like one of those horses that, it was a Triple Crown winner in 1948. Like, he's amazing. So I just felt like we should know more about him. Right, Glenn?
Yes, I agree. Everybody hears about Citation, but I don't know we've ever talked about him.
Yeah. So I just wanted to get to know Citation. And, I have a slew of racehorse books on my wall, like Man of War, Seattle Slew, War Admiral, John Henry, Sunday Silence, Nate, but I didn't have a Citation book, which is, I'm going to have to remedy that, because I'm going to tell you about him now. Citation was born in 1945. He was a legendary American thoroughbred racehorse who became the 8th Triple Crown winner in 1948. He is one of those horses, Glenn, that was born and raised at Calumet Farm. Calumet through the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s had so many Kentucky Derby winners. So I'll go through Whirl Away, Pensive, Ponder, Hill Gale, Iron Liege, Tim Tam, and Forward Pass all won the Kentucky Derby before Citation did.
Now they have it in Lexington. They were it. That farm was it.
If you guys haven't read the book Wild Ride, put it on your list. It's the story of Calumet Farm. Oh my God. It's like, it's amazing. It's like a historical, book, but it's really, really, really good. So it's called Wild Ride. Amazing. So Citation was the 4th Kentucky Derby winner for this jockey, Eddie Arcaro. Like, oh my God, what an amazing guy. 4th Kentucky Derby winner for Hall of Fame jockey Eddie Arcaro. And most people, they didn't call him Citation. Do you know what his name was?
No.
Everybody called him Big Cy. Oh. Big Cy was the horse of just the whole, like, the horse of the year, obviously, in his 3-year-old season. He won 19 of 20 starts, including Derby, Preakness, and Belmont, of course. And then as he started to run, the only race he lost that year was one of the races leading up to the Kentucky Derby. This horse ran at every distance. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me slow down. All right. So he lost the 49ers handicap on June 17th and the Golden Gate handicap on June 24th, which were like the next year. And then he shipped to Chicago, and it was discovered that he had sore ankles. So he went back to Calumet for a rest. He sat out for over a year. And normally at this stage of life, a horse that's won the Triple Crown, that's a stallion, should have been retired to stud, typically. But his owner, Warren Wright, was like, hey, I'm about to die, and I don't want him to retire until he has set the earnings records and becomes the first millionaire horse in the horse racing world. And that's what we talked about last week, was how he became the first horse to win $1 million. So they put him back after he had some ocelots and some ankle issues and some sore. I mean, just like they just rehabbed the heck out of him and put him back to work. He did lose a few when he came back, but then Citation racked up 3 consecutive wins: the Century Handicap, the American Handicap, and then the Hollywood Gold Cup. The Gold Cup purse was a guaranteed $100,000 to the winner. And so that is the race that pushed him over the $1 million level. After that, they finally let Big Cy retire. He retired with 45 starts and 32 wins. That's insane.
That is
32
insane.
wins. He set a record for the longest win streak in America with 16 consecutive victories between 1948 and 1950. Now, that record has, of course, been, it was tied by Cigar, I think, and then it was beat by some other horses that I can't remember the name of.
And they used to run them a lot more often back then than we do now. You know,
check this out. Citation ran and won at any distance, ranging from short sprints to 2-mile marathons.
They don't do those anymore.
No, not hardly. Citation set the record to 16 wins, but his record was equaled by Cigar in 95 and 96 and was broken by a horse named Pepper's Pride 2005 through 2008. Think about that. He won all those races in that short a time and was broken by a horse that did it over 3 years. So that's how much more they raced him back then. So he retired with 32 wins, 10 seconds, and 2/3 out of 45 races. So 33. So there's only one time he was out of the money. That's crazy. Horse of the Year in 1948, inducted into the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame in 1959. Funny story. Like I said earlier, Citation went to stud at Calumet Farms. Now, when the Warren Wright died, his wife then took over and ran the place. I think her name was Lucille. And she had, Lucille Markey. And she had a dog, a 5-pound Yorkshire Terrier named Timmy.
Of course it was.
Timmy, come here, Timmy. Apparently, Timmy would go off into the paddock and nip at Citation, who was absolutely terrified of this 5-pound Yorkie. Unbelievable. He did pass at the age of 25.
I met some Yorkies that have scared me to death too, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that there's a war hero Yorkie was shocking to me. So he died at age 25 due to infirmities of old age. Now, some of the cool things that people said about him, just a couple quotes. Jimmy Jones was his trainer, and he said, quote, "My horse could beat anything with hair on it." And his jockey said, noted that while he was not angry or hateful, he was merciless in a race, grinding challengers into the dirt. And he also, this is Eddie Arcaro said this, he goes, "That horse ran so fast, he scared me."
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, there is a little deeper dive on Citation. And if you want to learn any more about him, then you're on your own. That's all I got.
They are away. 6 3-year-olds out after fame at a king-size price of $100,000 purse. Citation and Coletown move right into the lead with Escadrille, Grandpere, Billings, and My Request hot on their heels. There's a 1.25 miles of sloppy track to navigate, but they're moving fast towards the first turn. It looks close in the backstretch, but no, way out in front is Coletown, pouring on the coal, so to speak, and his backers go wild. But as they go into the turn, Citation gets up steam and goes to work on his stablemate's lead. Coletown's lead is narrowing. Citation is coming up fast. Now it's neck and neck. And as they go into the stretch, it's Citation by a head. Eddie Arcaro, after his fourth Derby win, calls for speed, and speed he gets. Our old friend Portis feels faint. He bet on Escadrille, when it's Citation increasing his lead with every thundering gallop. Coaltown and the others with Escadrille way behind. It's all Citation, just as most of the experts predicted, going on to win by 3.5 lengths.
There you go.
I think they edited some of that.
The track looks so different back then.
Oh, it's crazy. And did you hear that they said on the purse is $100,000 for the Kentucky Derby, which was like unbelievable. I looked at last year, the purse was $5 million with the winner getting 3.1 of that, 1 million per second, and then on down from there. But like, yeah, 5,100,000.
You know, it's amazing. We're going to go from one of the greatest horses in history to this.
I say, pay attention.
If you ain't met one by now, you're bound to sooner or later. He says one thing and he means another. But, hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
That's right. It is time for really big.
I feel like I need to get a Yorkie and name it Timmy Tammy.
Time for really bad ads. That time of the week when listeners submit ads from Facebook or Craigslist or wherever, and we have a little bit of fun with them. We give away prizes every month to those that submit. We do a drawing at the end of every month. We have a couple of weeks to go on these yet. We have some prizes that I found actually at WESA, some terrific companies that I met there. The first one is the Ultimate Tail Care Toolkit from Tail Cinch, valued at $100. It's one of their tail guards, that their rump rubber tail guards that just fascinated me. That was my product of the show there. And it secures protection for the horse from rubbing the tail. We have a lot of horses that end up doing that, including my pony. She also is including Tail Cinch reusable tail ties for grooming or riding, and her Tail Ties shampoo detangler. It's all natural and free of all the bad stuff that you see in most shampoos. It won't pollute your local water table. It's specifically formulated to be non-greasy and helps tail ties and tail guards stay securely in place. So this is a great package, an environmentally conscious company. I really like this lady a lot. It's tailcinch.com is where you can find her products if you're in need of a tail guard, if you have a rubber. And then the other one I said I would announce this week that would be tasty, and this is really good chocolate, is a $100 gift certificate from the Equestrian Chocolate Company.
Oh my God, that's a lot of chocolate.
The Equestrian Chocolate Company offers I cannot say that word. Artesian. Thank you. Artisan chocolate that is a blend of fine art and fine chocolate. Each bar uses premium single-origin cocoa secured from the world's top 10% of beans and simple, high-quality ingredients. The chocolate bars feature original equestrian-inspired artwork by the sculptor Tammy Tappan. So this sculptor has done all these beautiful sculptures, and then
they're like horses on the chocolate.
Yes, her sculptures basically are on the chocolate. And what's really cool, and I've never seen this before, is when you get the chocolate bar, there's a coupon in there that you can send in and actually get a print of one of her fine art posters. A print. So by buying a chocolate bar, you can end up with an equestrian print.
Oh,
it's
no,
so
I want
cool.
some chocolate. I'm on their website.
It's so cool. This is a cool company and really fun people too. If they'll have a coupon code for us next week, I'll get that to you. But it's equestrianchocolateco.com. Equestrianchocolateco.com. If you're looking for a gift for a horse person in your life, go get one of these because it's really cool. And we haven't had too many chocolate companies in the horse world. And I will tell you, I'm a connoisseur of chocolate. It's really good chocolate because they don't put any crap in it. It's just really, it's as pure as it gets. So check them out. And thank you to both of them for donating. We won't have time to get to them all today. Matt, Danielle, Hannah, and Amy, we got you. You're entered into the contest. We just don't have time to get to all the ads. Sarah is first up, and this is from Alaska. Alaska Farm and Food.
Oh my God, look at the picture.
100% genuine Alaska mutts. You want mutts? We got mutts. What kind of mutts, you ask? The best kind of mutts. Family-friendly, versatile, and very accidental mutts. How versatile? Glad you asked. These mutts have been exposed to chickens, ducks, a rabbit, fish, cats, other dogs, and even a snake. With exposure like that, they're ready for just about any direction you want to go. Farm mutts, family mutts, adventure mutts, couch potato mutts, and hard-working I meant to do that mutts. Mom is an Australian shepherd, and rumor around the yard is dad is a Bernese mountain dog. There's a good combination, actually. But let's just say paternity test is still pending. Mystery mutt genetics included at no extra charge. Reach out today and see who is still looking for their forever home. Forever home, get it? 3 females, 2 males, 1 possibly pending, currently available. So
can we just all say it together? Because we're all thinking it. Oh my God, spay your dog.
Yeah,
what is wrong with you?
No, you shouldn't spay your dog because these are the cutest damn puppies I've ever seen.
They're
They
pretty
really are
cute.
They
I want the one on the
They're going
right.
to be huge, but they're cute puppies. If you live in Alaska, you want a dog that looks like this, though. You know? I would get one of those if I lived in Alaska. That's a cute puppy.
That's an Alaskan dog right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Katie sent the next one in, and this is from the Facebook page. Well, one I've never seen before, which I probably should take a look at. Percherons, Belgian, Shires, draft horses, and tack for sale. And
so
the title
if it's
is,
a different kind of draft horse, they're not allowed? They're prejudiced?
I mean, only Percherons, Belgians, and Shires.
If you're a Clydesdale, forget it. You're not allowed.
Well, let's see what this one is. Okay, for sale, giant toddler with hooves, which is what you want out of a draft horse.
Yeah.
Age, year 8 months. Height, 16 hands and still growing like he's on Miracle Grow. Weight, 900 pounds of curiosity and poor life decisions.
That's selling it.
I can't believe that they let this horse in because the breed is Frisian Belgian Morgan. That's not a thing. Location is in Omaha. Let's see. Traeger is what happens when you take draft horse size, Frisian looks, Belgian build, Morgan brains, and toddler energy and put it all into one enormous body. He was recently gelded, so his boy band career has officially ended, and he's now focusing on his future as a very large, very fancy riding horse. He's still a giant teenage horse, which means sometimes his brain says "good idea" and his body says "full send."
You have one of those, actually, that's just now getting down from that high.
I was just like telling Chad, I'm like 666, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 days for the surgery site to heal, 6 weeks for the brain to heal, and 6 weeks for him to turn into a regular horse. Okay. Anyway, he loves to play and interact. Sometimes that interact includes playful nipping, so he needs someone confident who understands young horses and boundaries. This horse is going to be big, powerful, and impressive. He has a bone build and movement to be a serious prospect for someone wanting a draft cross with presence, or honestly, just the coolest giant horse in the barn. If you want a horse that looks like a statue, acts like a puppy, and is built like a tank, congratulations, you found him.
How much do they want for that big horse?
5 carat.
$5,000. You know, he is cute. He is cute. I got to give him that. He's well built too. He looks like he's a cross of draft horses in there.
Yeah, all the things.
He's probably going to be about 18 hands too. So there you go.
We got mutt dogs and mutt horses.
Yeah, they're all cute. So far, we're on a cute trend today. Let's see if we hold with that. Faye sent this one in, and this is from Horses for Sale in South Carolina, North Carolina. I should have given this one to you.
You better do it right.
And Georgia. Sensible, no surprises, starts every time. This is going to be...
Wait, it's an ISO ad. You got to read the ISO.
Oh, it's IO, and it's probably going to be AI. We'll find out. Reliable, sensible, no surprises, starts every time. Looking for a truly beginner-safe horse, and by beginner-safe, I do not mean green but sweet. Needs to be confident rider or has potential with the right trainer. I mean the kind that has been there, done that, and would like everyone to calm down about it. Required features: confidence builder, more woe than go, extra woe preferred, excellent brakes, ABS level, not gated, not spooky, plastic bag deer, aliens landing, still calmly chewing hay, Age 10 to 15, old enough to know better, young enough to sit still to do it. And 14-1 to 15-2. Bonus points if the horse's main hobby is standing quietly and judging the chaos around it.
I think I could sell Craigslist Carl for $1 billion.
Doesn't everybody want this horse? Isn't this the horse that everybody's looking for? And I was waiting for the next line that wasn't in this ad. I have a budget of $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the next line.
You know, I gotta tell you, like that horse, Craigslist Carl, that I got off Craigslist is this horse, right? And here's the thing, like they had him listed in the ad as 8. And when I called them, they were like, I think he's probably more like 15, but they told us he was 8. His Coggins says 8. And then I get him here and, we take the x-rays of his teeth and all that. And they're like, he's 19. So at this point, he's 20, 21 years old. And that horse is like so good. So I just don't want people to rule out a 20-year-old horse like that. He's still like, you get on and chat's like, this is my favorite horse to ride. Like he's got a motor, but like not stupid. And like
he's a
aliens
horse.
Landing plastic bags, calmly chewing hay. Yep. That's him. Doesn't care.
Horse. Yeah. Husband's horse. Perfect husband's horse.
Hashtag Carl don't care. That's a whole thing.
That's perfect. Hey, I was driving my one pony into the 30s and was just fine. So
yep.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess where Carl is when I bring in the horses? Carl's next to the one that just had his balls cut off because Carl don't care.
That's funny.
The next one comes from Rebecca. Rebecca said this one, and this is from is this a Facebook page called Capital District Horse Source?
Wasn't the Capital District in Hunger Games?
I mean, seriously, this is like the capital. Like, think fabulous
I hate
makeup.
to hear what the horses be like in the Capital District. That could be bad.
Oh boy. Well, it probably is a lot like this. ISO, the evilest toddler eating mini pony. Hi, I'm looking for a larger miniature gelding. He will be a companion to a small horse, so he needs to be a bit spunky and willing to defend himself. Color doesn't matter. Less broke, the better. As long as it's not going to keel over dead, cheap as possible. As long as it's not the size of your grandma's Shih Tzu, I'll take a gander at it. And then somebody commented, I have 3 that will torture your small horse, stand on your child's foot, and will not move despite your child's blood-curdling screams, causing your neighbors to dial 911. Reach out if you will consider a lease. And the picture, what's the picture?
A Thelwell pony.
Standing on a little kid's foot.
That was a good response. I love that response.
Yeah.
Hey, I could send him Scooter. Scooter would take care of that situation in about 10 minutes. Janelle sent this one in. Oh my God. This is not cute. All right. So this is the horse trailer of the week. It's $1,000. I don't know where it was from. $1,000. Description: old horse trailer. Oh, and here it says $1,500. Used as a hunting cabin. And that's a first. Jamie, when we usually have horse trailers, by the way, this thing is an enormous 45-foot old metal gooseneck trailer. But when we usually have these, the wheels are sunk into the ground. This one, you cannot see the bottom of the trailer. The whole thing is sunk into the ground. You're going to need, this thing also weighs about 10 million pounds. You're going to need a crane to get it out of the ground.
It is so big and that like heavy steel.
You couldn't haul this with a 4,500 truck. This would need a tractor trailer. It's enormous.
Here's the problem that I see is that, it's going to be really hard to move, not because it's in the ground and not because it doesn't really have tires that work, because there is ivy that has been growing and wrapping it and trying to bring it back into the woods with it, There's ivy wrapped roll and rust, and
this looks like something that would have been on the playing ground of the Hunger Games at the Capitol. This looks like something they would hide in while they're trying to kill each other.
This is what they jumped up on when they were killing each other at the end.
Yes, that's what it is. Exactly.
That's what it is.
We got 2 Hunger Games references today on the show, so there you go.
Let's see if we can keep them going. Sarah sent this one in, and this is from the Facebook page Trail Horses, Kids Safe, and I can't see the rest. QH Mare and Philly Colt. Oh Lord, this is. Okay.
There's a reason this is in
Kentucky. Philly is PHILLY, And every time I should say the word for, they've spelled it F-E-R.
Capital F-E-R.
Capital F-E-R. QH mare and filly colt for sale. Mare is broke to ride colt. Has nice shape of the legs to make something special. And they give the phone number. And it's located in Glasgow, Kentucky, to the for the par. To the further par.
I think in Kentucky, for is actually spelled F-E-R. I think that's the way it's taught there.
And they spell Philly P-H-I-L-L-Y. Philly colt. And punctuation, they're allergic to it.
Yeah,
so.
but they're not allergic to capitals because every other letter or every word of the word is a capitalized. So I don't know what that's about. But Lucy sent this one in. This is Steuben Saddles and Gear for sale. God, there is a Facebook page for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Buy this saddle to fund. Buy this saddle to fund my Gordos cheese dip and Tostitos problem. Did you know they're both gluten-free? Yes, I do, because I eat them all the time. Anyways, this barely used like new saddle has a 15.5-inch seat and 32 gullet, asking $1,650. Well, that's very specific. Shipped with matched insurance. Comes with gently used 48-inch leathers. With this saddle, you'll be happier than I would be if I could eat Bojangles again.
I don't get it.
That's a bad ad. That's
just a bad ad. I think they're trying to be cute, but like they weren't cute.
The cute got lost on me. And I'm gluten free, and the cute got lost on me. So there you go.
Hunger Games. There, I just threw that in.
Looks like it looks like a Steven saddle.
Veronica sent the next one in, and it is a picture of a horse that seems to be standing in front of a garbage can. I don't know what's going on.
Could be a basketball net.
I don't know what that is. And there's like some sort of water feature out in the back. I don't know. It's terrible. And the ad is called "We'll do first rides of horse for a fee, $100." Description. Oh God. I will ride your horse that has never been ridden before for fee anywhere. Spelled where out loud so they can
WHARE.
For a fee anywhere from $100 spelled wrong to $1,500 depending on age of horse or how wheeled. Spell it.
Oh, WIELD.
The horse is DM me for more info. I got more questions.
I do
is
too.
what I got.
Like you said, $100 in the title and $100 to $1,500 depending. Okay, so I have a serious question. Are you going to hire a person to train your horse that has this in their description where everything is spelled wrong, there's no punctuation? I just do not know if I'm going to trust that person.
You know, I just saw an ad for a trainer like locally, and it was kind of like this Oklahoma style, but I just want people to like, what are your qualifications? I'll ride your horse. I'll get it, bro.
Yeah, get it, bro.
Like, what do you do? Yeah. You just can't be like, I'll get your horse broke for cheap. Get what you pay for. Get what you pay for. Okay.
You know, now we used to say with spell check, how is anybody writing these ads this bad? But now with spell check and AI, there's just no excuse anymore.
There's no excuse. No. Yeah.
Katie sent this one in. 3-year-old broke horse, $7,000 in Montpelier, Vermont. We don't get Vermont very often. Oh, it's a cute horse, and it's getting its feet done by the farrier. All right. He's 3 years old. I've trained him to be an all-around riding horse. He could, however, be trained to do pulling. Well, they all could be trained to do pulling. I love these ads. He could be trained. Well, everybody could be trained to do anything. Tell me after you've done that.
Yeah.
I have not done any pulling work with him. Well, there you go. You can tell we don't read these ads in advance.
You know what, Glenn? I could be board eligible to be a surgeon.
Yes,
I mean, I could have done it. I could.
And you know what? I could have been a movie star, but I was never trained to do it. Trail, road, and crowed broke. Croed. I can't even spell it. Crodebroke. He has been desensitized to fair works and dogs.
They can't spell crowd, but they spell desensitized.
Right.
But then misspelled fireworks.
I laid back personality with a willingness to please, loves water and has no issues crossing it. He isn't fast, so if you have a need for speed, he isn't your guy.
Isn't your guys.
Stands amazing for the farrier, which is evident by the picture because the farrier's doing his feet. And dewormer. He had Coggins done last month, $7,000.
He had a Coggins done last mouth.
Oh, I didn't even see that. You're right.
I've never heard in an ad somebody saying that the horse stands amazing for dewormer.
I know. I thought about that too. I was like, you just squirt it in. It's just like, wow,
they're really reaching. They're really.
He's cute though. Cute seems to be the theme of the day. He is a cute black horse. Say that.
Yeah. But... and then I saw this one just randomly and just thought that it was just one of those that you want to follow up with. And this is from one of my favorite Facebook pages called Horses for Sale in Oklahoma, 1,500 or less. And it was posted by Miss Kelly. And she says, seeking someone to bring me a horse in Oklahoma. That's it.
What, for free? You're going to buy it? What?
I don't know, but good luck.
Did they get anybody? Oh, this is one you definitely want to follow up on. Did anybody call you?
Bring me a horse. Okay, I'm going to find that Facebook page right now. Let's see. Horses.
All right, we have to wrap this thing up. This has been a long show, and we have a post show to do yet. Ashley's going to be joining us with the auditor report for the month, so you want to stay tuned for that, auditors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. I don't know if you guys did, but we had fun with all of our guests this week. It's just been a delight for us catching up with guests from the past, and we hope it has been for you too. We are now putting together the shows for May. We're off 3 weeks in May just because of the Horse Lovers Cruise and conferences. But we're trying to get new shows for you so we don't have to do any best ofs. And I recorded one yesterday that was so special. Samantha joined us, and we were joined by Susanna from Alltech. And she worked for Dr. Lyons, and Dr. Lyons was instrumental in making the World Equestrian Games in Lexington happen. The Alltech Arena is at the Lexington Horse Park. He saved the games, and we're going to tell some stories that probably most of you have never heard about what happened behind the scenes. And Horse Radio Network would not be here today without Dr. Lyons and Susanna because they believed in us when nobody else did. There was nobody believing in us in 2008. But they did. Dr. Lyons was a revolutionary, and he saw us as mavericks. Samantha and I, he just said, you guys are mavericks, I like you. And he batted for us the whole time. So we're going to go down memory lane, and that's going to be one of the shows in May. And we're putting other special, Jamie's putting some together. I'm putting some together. So we're going to have a lot of good content for you while we're away. All right, that's it. We'll see you next week.
I found the post.
Yeah?
And there are 23 comments.
I bet there are.
That basically are very similar to what we were wondering. What are you looking for? You need one delivered? You looking to buy one? And she wrote, I'm looking for both. Any horse? A specific one? Location? And somebody said, I'm waiting to find out if you're seeking a horse in Oklahoma, or are you just trying to get a ride for a horse to or from Oklahoma? Somebody else said, I got a truck and trailer. I'm willing to deliver. I just need details. Do you have a horse or do you need one delivered? And she wrote, both. I need, and
not
then somebody
a chatty
else
person, this woman.
I need a horse too. What you got? That's all. What WHATCHU. That's an Oklahoma word. What you got?
That's definitely in the dictionary under Oklahoma.
And they said, what you looking for? And she wrote, small horse.
She's not chatty, this woman.
She's so helpful.
That's it, everybody.
There you go. That's all right. Don't say I never follow up.